Okay, good morning. It is Tuesday, March 26, 2019, and I'm in the new digs, getting reacclimated, recentered, refocused, and it's quieter here. As quiet as I would like, no, but it's not as active as it was at the last place I was in. When my friend had texted me and was telling me to breathe and telling me about earplugs and all that kind of stuff, the work at hand involves far more than what mere earplugs will actually just shut her out. And there's a reason why I don't do Q&A. See, in this place, there is a young man who he was here. I already checked in. When I came in, he asked me, he knocked on my door and asked me if I had a light, and I said, no, I'm sorry, I don't smoke. And that was that. I didn't know if they had rented out the whole property or not, but he has his room. I had mine. I guess he had not seen this room. He said, oh, you got a kitchen in there. Yeah, that's part of the reason why, so I could, prepare my meals. And better Wi-Fi and not, such a line for the bathroom. Now, he has a friend. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember either one of their names. I'm very bad with names, but there's a reason for that. I really don't care. I mean, for me to learn your name means that you have impressed upon me to that degree that I really care to remember your name. And I don't have anything against the one man. I don't have anything against his friend. But I know that they're two vibrating souls on various levels. And I said, well, I read energy. And then they went all in like, oh, well, you can read me? And I'm like, no, I don't do that. And it's not like you don't have, like, one friend goes like, well, it's not like he has, like, cards or, like, a crystal ball. I said, I have cards. Oh, well, can you give me a reading? I said, no, I don't do that. And they were adamant about it, both of them. They wanted a reading, and I'm like, the thing is, hey, I mean, aside from the obvious, I don't want to really go there, but, and then my father's like, no, read them. So I did. Got the cards, I shuffled them. And I gave him a reading. It was real quick. Only like 3 cards or whatever. I think one, I might have pulled 4 cards for, and they're like, well, pull another one. I'm like, no. No, come on, I want another card. No. One friend even tried to pay me. I said, no, you don't understand. Could I use the money? Of course I could. But you have to understand something. I'm sharing a gift from the divine. My gift is mine to share. You don't sully it by actually trading upon it. It beholds you to another path, and I'm not doing that. I studied too much and learned too much. I'm not doing all that. And another guy was like, well, he pulled up my, he said, I wanted to see what he would do, but he won't take it. Huh? In fact, if anything, because they were like, oh, you have a kitchen in there. What you gonna? I'd already taken my shower or whatever. I was getting ready to fix me something to eat. I said, I'm getting ready to fix me something to eat. I said, are you hungry? I mean, I have extra I can feed you. And one guy was like, oh yeah, I ain't eating since blah, 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 blah. And the other one was like, I don't want to put you out. They're vibrating on 2 different planes. Now, I had touched upon with each of you about what the Holy Spirit is, and the Holy Spirit is a collective consciousness. And it basically has you all over the gamut. And that's what I was experiencing with these young people. I mean, they're younger than me. I mean, I said some stuff that, you had jokes and stuff. I'm like, and one related to it like that. Another one was like, he's talking about the creative aspects and the teachers and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's like all these are known theories that are to be explored, but at the same time, there is a question, and the question is always being posed: who's teaching who, and who's learning what? Because one, he's up there in the ethers, but at the same time, he's also trying to find his footing on solid ground. Now, I noticed that this morning, because there was a knock at the door, and I thought it was them returning the plate, but no, it was his friend. He was locked out, and he apologized to me. And I said, well, since I'm up, let me use this restroom, and the door was open to the room, and I said, let me grab this plate, because I said, just return the plate, because I have to make sure that I give or put everything back that I'm using that belongs to this premises. So I took it, and then I said, okay, let me explain to them and I got some rest in me, and I'm more centered and I'm more focused, because there was a lot of energy going on in this house, and I had to acclimate to it. And I asked the young man, where's your friend at? Because I know he was there, because he was trying to figure out why I didn't break bread with them earlier, because I had brought them the food, and then, he said, well, I thought he would kick it with us. No. I was going to eat, clean up, and I was going to get in bed because I was tired. It had been a long day. And I already told you what the Holy Spirit is. And I'm like, and every person that I engaged with, depending on to what level I needed to engage with them, they brought in a whole lot of mess. And I just didn't feel it. So I say this to say what? I did something I didn't want to do, but I did it. My brother said, you can. I read them. And I'm really... Okay. Here's a gift. You know what? You're spot on, you're spot on, you're spot on. See, it's not a question of me wanting to be spot on or me to assess a situation. The situation is what it is. I was having a problem in the sense that, see, my father provides the download. When I actually tell you what I see and what he wants me to relay. And if I were to ask, to press his spirit, and he told me that a long time ago, but it's still true, for more information than they even willing to work with on that moment, because what I gave them was enough work that they needed to be doing for themselves. If you ain't trying to do that, why are you going to sit there and ask for more information? This is not a trick and pony show so you can sit there and know what you said this was going to happen. No, you got to put the work in. And you got a lot of work to do. Now, the young man, he got all into astrology and shit. When's your birthday and all that kind of stuff? Oh, you're a Libra, Mama, I'm a Libra, I'm a Gemini, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. We got one of these. Now, what am I talking about? I said, I don't want to reduce anybody to a mere sun sign and stuff. And then we're talking about Western astrology versus Vedic astrology, and nobody cares. Seriously. I mean, there's people out there that practice this stuff. I mean, they believe in charting the stars and whatnot, but all they're trying to do is chart your course, your trajectory. Where you vibrating at. That's what numerology is. That's what all this shit is. It's like, where are you vibrating at, and how do you relate to it? How does the numbers add up for you? It's a question. Now, the young man, I'm trying to reduce it to a nutshell, what he said. He said, how did you get here? I said, what are you talking about? He's like, you're not answering my question. I said, what's the question? Because I'm trying to answer your question. But what's the question? I said, now I know that you've already augmented your thought process. Because you smoked something and you had something to drink. And you already validated that. In fact, you volunteered that information. And his friend he was more low key. He was like, dude, he's not, no. He said, but you're confronting him. He said, no, he understands where I'm coming from. Now, see, that's the burden of a true person of spirit. Now, there's like a little cartoon going on out there about the life of an empath, and Lori Bell Limpton is teaching about it, the life of an empath, and you know how she's pressed into service and all this kind of stuff. But what I hear basically is her, you know, saying, look at me, see me, I'm here, I'm doing. I'm working for spirit, I'm serving you, but this is what my fees are. Because nobody understood anything about me. So, do you get bamboozled much? Because that to me is a con job. Nobody told me what it was to be an empath either. I didn't need anybody to tell me that I felt too deeply. The people in my life knew I felt deeply and commented on it. In fact, that's why they didn't tell me certain things, because they knew it would affect me. So, if I give them credit where credit is due, they tried to shield me from as much as they could, meaning my parents and my siblings and more, because they were told, he's a sensitive soul. You don't put all that shit on that child. So I don't know what your excuse is that you think you need to be rewarded now about the life of an empath. Now, I'm supposed to post Galatians 5 for you, and you read it and look at it again, because that has major wisdom in there. See, they're talking about there is no G or J, and who is Jesus? It was Yahweh or Yeshua. And I'm like, you know what? You're spinning things. We all do. If you're going to tell a story, tell the story for what it is. Tell it for the fruits that it bears, and that which is there for everybody to now bear witness to. But the thing is, you're not going to perceive it the same, because it's not going to taste the same to you. Like I told that young man, I said, you are all over the board still. You want to know how I got here? I heard a knock at the door, it woke me up. Your friend said, oh, it was him, that you were locked outside, and that's what it was. He said, oh yeah, the walls are thin around here, yeah. And I said, well, let me use the restroom. But y'all were outside, and I just grabbed the plate because I want to make sure that I return stuff. That's why I'm here. And I was trying to give you a quick note as to who I am, because you said something about you wanted to work with me. But the thing is, to work with me means you have to understand me. And it's not about me understanding you. Now, Christ had disciples. He had 12. And they were adrift because they were learning. But at the same time, didn't fully understand. Christ took frequent breaks. He needed to clear his own head, because he was dealing with all the madness and all the noise that you as empaths seem to think that you have under control as you erect boundaries, but at the same time still or slave in labor to that which is spirit, for earthly gains, gains of the flesh, how it makes you feel. Do you catch my drift? You are in bondage because you chose to go there. Now that's how you make your living. And you want to sit there and tout, cry me a river. Ain't nobody crying you a river. You sought to go there to make those connections and stuff, and you want to commingle with all these other spirits and stuff, these wayward spirits, and you want to send that shit my way as you were plowing through the ethers. Now, I ain't saying Lord Bell Lipton is a believer of Christ. In fact, I don't know what she believes and don't care. I don't open up to her because she has the seeds of chaos and confusion within her as she's connecting to all these other people who are going to turn against her. There's always going to be somebody to flip because that's what they do. People flip. They flip all the time. They can't help it. Because just by being in your presence, this young man, he's going through his own little personal hardship and stuff. I said, oh yeah, you got some stuff to work through. And I know what he's got to work through, and I know what I was picking up on. But I was like, no, I ain't trying to go there with you. He told me his name again, like how I'm supposed to remember it. And I know he said it. He said it like, I have a name, and this is my name. And I'm like, I have one too. But the only thing I'm really concerned about is my own. I ain't thinking about you. I didn't say that. I could have been a straight up dick, but I wasn't. I said, look, we're sharing space. I can share space. But see, I'm in my room, and I don't always want to just kick it with you and hear about your ideas. I have my own process and my own journey. It's not always about you as you relate to my life. It's about me and as I relate to my own. And if you're a part of it, good. But if not, good too. People make conscious choices all the time. He's still lamenting over some wounds that he went through that people weren't there. But we already know that was his story. Something that happened. Something that don't talk about that. Don't bring that up. Oh yeah, you don't want to face a lot of things. But then you're going to sit down about that Gemini energy, and we know what Geminis are. They're the twins. Constantly at war with one another. It's bad enough. We're already confused individuals anyway, fickle. But you bring in that energy, and you vibrating on a whole nother level, and you think that your shit is so brilliant. Your shit ain't brilliant. Your shit is as confused as you are because you sitting there trying to justify everything. My friend Darnell said, I know a former friend. He said, I owed him an apology. For what? Speaking the truth? Of what he was when I last saw him? Yeah, he didn't seem like he was that far removed from that process. When he called himself chiming in, chastising me, as if I did not have an experience with him, to the fact that he spit in my face, and I did not go off on him. And my own mother, who has never been violent about anything, when she heard that, she said, I'm surprised you didn't clock him. Because that's the kind of woman she was. She said, you don't spit on me and then tell me it's raining. But he still thinks he can. That's that confusing energy. And you augment it with drugs. And that's like I said, this young man was high as a kite. From when I saw him earlier, he talked about, oh, you pulled those cards and stuff and blah, 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 blah. And now why you bring the cards up? Because apparently you worried about the fact that I didn't tell you everything that I saw on them cards. Or now you want to call me a charlatan when you were the one begging for a fucking reading. See, this is why you don't trade in that endeavor, and you really don't want to invite people into your sphere of consciousness and faith. Or faith is it's all love. It's not all love. People ain't thinking about you. People think about themselves. They didn't respect my boundary when I said I don't do that. They begged for a reading. Got one. And then went where with it. You took the information and you thought you were going to make it something else. You ain't going to do that with me. I know who I am. And I know who you are now. See, I can erect a wall real quick and then not know you. I told you I'm going to post Galatians 5 in its entirety for you to read because it goes hand in hand with this. These young people who say they're here to teach, and they're creative forces and musicians and more, and and it's powerful messaging in the music and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying they're not talented. I can see talent. That's not a problem. The young man who I know rented this space, he definitely has talent. I mean, I didn't get that card for him that did just let me one way. I mean, it's just here. It was him. I said, I really don't need the cards to read you. You know, you have a lot of lofty ideas, but the thing is, you have to ground them somewhere, and then build upon that. But your other man, he got problems, because he still got to work through some personal pain. Man, he's always about who you have to watch out in your life. Well, see, when somebody makes a statement like that, then usually the person you have to watch out for is them. Because they don't understand why everybody left. Now, you can say the same thing about me, but trust me, not only do I know why certain people left, I know why I needed them to leave. See, I know what I prayed for, and I prayed to be left alone, meaning I didn't want you in my head, in my consciousness anymore, sharing your experience through the body and the blood of Christ, because you're full of shit. As a collective consciousness, individualized expression that is so confusing and at the same time wants to be accepted just as you are, as you do a whole kind of willy-nilly shit and bring through all kind of willy-nilly shit, and I have to do battle with that. See, I didn't just lay down to go to sleep at night worried about what was going to show up in my room when I tried to shut down and have to pray for protection from my father just because it was because we were intertwined and you were sending that shit my way. I told you I heard prayers. I would hear your prayers. I don't care. What's jumping off in this world is jumping off, and it's jumping off because it's supposed to. It needs to. You need to know what it is to go it alone, to fight your own battles. And at the same time, understand when nobody's listening to you because they're not on the same page. See, you have no common ground anymore in these relationships that Doreen helped you cut cords to. They actually are bearing fruit. Meaning that there is nobody who relates to you except for what you can give them, dollar and cents wise. That's why you got so many GoFundMe accounts out there. And at the same time, they ain't a penny in mine. But You say you need the money to bury the dead or for medical expenses and things of that nature, or just, simple housing. But, there are all kind of people out there on the streets. I mean, the mayor of San Diego is trying to now work within the law because what he was trying to do to get the homeless people out of their cars, the federal judge said, you can't enforce that. They homeless. I technically am homeless. I have no place. I mean, I have a roof over my head, but I have no place. I can't tell you where to send mail to me. I can't tell you where to send anything to me. Like my friend said, he said, well, when you get a stationary address, then I can send you some earbuds. They're supposed to be rated to cancel out. I said, that's an objective for me to get a stable address, but I don't have that right now. It's a goal. So what you want me to teach you? I'm only teaching you about me and how I'm now really relating in my own life. And you got to do the same thing because you're going it alone. I told these young people that they need to go with the Father, that which is God. There's only one God, but at the same time, you can divvy up however you want because you're going to do that anyway. He already knows what you're going to do because you exist within him. As confusing as you are to yourself, you're not confusing to him. I said, what do you want me to teach him? He said, you already teaching him. This is not going to be an easy ride. In fact, it's going to be a hellacious one. And the people won't sit there and say, oh, I'm going to teach you how to read oracle cards and it'll help you navigate. The witches got you here. The witches going to get you out. Witches they got you on a snare. You taking care of them. That's why they keep coming up with a new product every day. It's commercialism. Spiritualized commercialism. You talking about religion. Somebody put some meme out there talking about how religion was the enemy and spirituality was a cure. You both the same thing. You just don't perceive of yourself as being the same, but you are the same. You are as commercialized as any religion out there in your belief systems. You just have no construct and no structure. Galatians speaks to that. If you're going to pick up circumcision, an aspect of a law, then you have to follow the whole law. Otherwise, oh well. And y'all are trying to do that. Piecemeal some shit together and say spirit must comply. Whose spirit? Yours surely doesn't. So you're talking about all the other people that you now bamboozling? And at the same time, you say that which is divine energy, you can control? And say, now I must do what I say. Because what? Last I checked, you were not God. You say you can talk to angels. Bitch, I can too. But I know angels are pretty much messengers of God. And the angels of God told me straight up, nigga, you better get on that plane and go to that camp and see what them people talking about. That's all you need to do. They weren't worried about a parking spot for me or a new wardrobe and all that shit. That's why I think y'all are hysterical. You do all the shit you want to. In fact, continue to talk your shit. But like I said, this is not going to be a Q&A because if that young man didn't do anything else, he showed me that his thought processes are easily augmented with a little bit of hooch and a little bit of smoke. And then all of a sudden, he's speaking on another level And I'm supposed to understand him. It's not my job to understand you. It's your job to understand me. If you really want to break it down like that, because see, Negro, I come first. I'm player one in my life. I don't know what player you think you are, but you ain't gonna play me like that and then tell me what I didn't do for you. Because you have it that way on good authority. You fell into the trappings of what? What somebody told you? This is how I work? Oh, I'm going to show you how I work with me and my Father. Because our relationship is our relationship. And we have no problem releasing you to your home. So, I tell you what. You keep following and practicing other people's shit. You see where you get. But I suggest you read and study Galatians and study it again and again and again. Chapter 5. I'm giving you the New International Version. See, they are aware of their books excluded from the Bible and all that kind of stuff, and not everything is there. See, that's always convenient. See, some people have the mindset that what's there is all that's required. And others are the mindset of what's there is what's being hidden from them. But at the same time, you're supposed to know everything, so why are you worried about it? If you know it's being hidden, and then why are you in an adversarial relationship with that which you say, now hit it? Chill on that and get back to me. You have a good morning. Capiche?